Anyways, this video is created for those that uh, are working inside of a church context, and a church context needs to be aligned with the early Christian church. And if you don't have that, which I understand because people want to walk away from Catholicism, but if you don't have that, people of traditional heritage of Christian faith will perceive your church as washed out Christianity, a version of washed out Christianity. Now, when we refer to planting our churches, being a church planter, developing a church in a region that you choose, we tend to call it our church. This is the Church of Jesus Christ. It's not our church. And also when we refer to the members of the church being our audience, we're absolutely clueless. This is not our audience. It's our congregation, because when you're a church, you're pastoring over your sheep. If you don't have this distinction in your foundation or your tenants, people will not take your church seriously. And that's all it will be, your church. To have a successful church, one needs to not be so puffed up about it and fluffy and egotistical. When somebody plants a church, it's based on people's talents, not on your talent and you being the star. Now, I know something about this because I'm an attention whore. And for a period, I thought that I was going to plant my church. Let me explain the problem with establishing my church. It's that folks know that you're in it for. Church has become a rich man's club and a lonely man's club. And it's also, to my surprise, turned out to be mafia at day. On Sunday mornings, the name Jesus makes a lot of money. Ching! No matter the amount of truth you're disclosing about Jesus Christ. So we have to find out the right version of who Jesus Christ is, and then we can go forward with church planting. Also, the last point that I'd like to make is that when planting a church, you have to be very explicit and succinct and consistent with, and explicit, like I'm saying, with the resurrection of Jesus Christ. And when there's a church that just throws out symbolism, but yet reads scripture that is non-literate, and you throw out the resurrection of Jesus from the tomb, and you say that was not literal, it just shows your lack of faith in the healing cross and what the cross transforms us to become as believers in Jesus Christ. These things are really important points to point out in church planting. Thank you.